Domnilor, haideți să difuzăm acest interviu extrem de important și apoi să-l comentăm cu invitații noștri, cu excelențele lor, Adrian Zuckerman și Andrei Muraru. În acest moment difuzăm așadar interviul cu fiul președintelui Statelor Unite, cel care în această seară a fost ales de Donald Trump să îl prezinte, să-l introducă Americii și lumii înaintea discursului său. Eric Trump într-un interviu realizat de Sabrina Preda.
Tonight is the big night. We are waiting for Mr. President's speech.
Yeah.
What will be his message for the nation?
It's going to be a beautiful message. It's going to be a very, very beautiful message. It's going to be a message of unity in a certain way. It's also going to be a message of putting America first again. You know, we as a country, we have real problems. We have real problems in this country. Our economy is broken. Immigration is broken. We've lost 300,000 children to fentanyl in the last year. I mean, nothing is working in this country. Interest rates are way too high. Inflation has been way too high. And frankly, you have an administration that's just inept. They're asleep at the wheel. They're not doing anything. They're not cheerleaders for the United States of America anymore. And we need somebody to come back in and actually put our country first again. We're the greatest country on planet Earth, and no one can deny that. We rule the way. Our stability creates stability around the world. But we don't have stability on this guy, right? The Middle East has become a hornet's nest. Russia and Ukraine, very close to you guys, it's a disaster. We've spent hundreds of billions of dollars fighting a war only to see dead kids on each side of the aisle, and it's purely based on weakness. That war would have never started with my father. The Middle East would have never become a hornet's nest under my father. We would have maintained the greatest economy in the world under my father, where inflation isn't crushing every single person that lives in this country. And we've got to get back to the nuts and bolts of what makes America strong and what's made us the greatest nation in the world for hundreds of years. And we're going to do that, and it's going to start tonight.
You spoke about the Russian-Ukraine war, and this is an important subject for the Romanian audience because Romania has the longest border with Ukraine. Tell me, sir, how will be the policy under the Trump's administration in relationship with the Eastern countries?
Yeah, the policy is simple. No more dead people. No more dead people. Enough of this. It's enough. And I've spent a lot of time on that border between Romania. I've spent a lot of time in the Carpathian Mountains. I know that area very, very well. And it's, by the way, it's one of the most beautiful areas anywhere in the world. And he's sick and tired of seeing dead people. And he's sick and tired of seeing Americans use their taxpayer dollars, which could otherwise be used to benefit children in this country, schools, to stop the drug epidemic, to deal with dependence in this country. There's so many better uses than funding wars where millions are being either killed or displaced, losing their homes, losing villages on both sides of the aisle. It's got to stop. And if we had American strength, it would stop. My father will stop that war in 48 hours.
You and your family went through a horrific event, seeing an attempt of assassination live on TV of your father's life. Where were you at that moment? What have you seen? And how is Mr. President now? How were the last days for him?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting on the couch with my two young children, and we almost saw my father's head get blown off. That was not a fun day. He went to the ground. He had blood coming down his face. We didn't know if he was dead. We didn't know if he got hit in the chest or anywhere else in the body. It's unthinkable. Had he not moved his head at the last minute, he would be dead right now. And then 48 hours later, we're here in Milwaukee, and I'm casting the deciding vote as a delegate for the state of Florida that makes him the Republican nominee for President of the United States. And if you want to talk about the highs and lows in life, over a 48-hour period, I saw the lowest lows and I saw the highest highs. But listen, the love in this arena behind me is incredible. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. When he walked in that first night, people are crying. I mean, people in this country love him. This isn't a politician. This is truly a cultural icon at this point. He's the one person who did not need this job. He didn't need to do this. The last thing Donald Trump needs to do is get indicted every day and get prosecuted every day and get impeached. I mean, he can stay at Mar-a-Lago and live the greatest life, live the epitome of the American dream, be the most powerful guy in the Republican Party. And instead, he goes out there every single day and he says, fight. And as blood's coming down his face, he stands up. And what does he do? Fight, fight, fight. I mean, that's just who he is. And frankly, it's exactly who America needs, and it's exactly who the world needs at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in that White House, because the entire world's security, the entire world's strength, the entire world's safety is really determined on having a strong America, and we need a strong America more right now than we've ever needed it before.
People are speaking about a miracle of what happened on that stage, and that the fact that the former president is now changed, that is a different person. Do you think this is true?
Yeah. Well, listen, anytime you have a near-life experience, you hear about people all the time that get in car accidents. They come out, they barely make it. and they look at life differently. They have a new perspective on life. They thank God each and every day that they're alive. Maybe certain things that were important to them before are no longer important. They reprioritize life, and I think my father's definitely looking through it, through that lens. And he's going to go down as one of the greatest presidents in history. But I really believe he's at the precipice of going down, with the Washingtons and the Jeffersons and the Lincolns. I mean, I think history is going to look back at what he's done and the way he fought and the comeback, but yet the relentless attacks. And really, I really revere him at the very top of the list of U.S. presidents of all time.
Last thing, what's your final message for the Romanian audience here at Antena Prisiana?
Well, to the Romanian audience, we know a lot of you. Obviously, you and I have one friend that we have in common who's a wonderful guy who's worked in our company for years and years. But Romanians are incredible people. Your country is an absolutely beautiful country. I've been there. It's a very special place. And so, to the Romanian people, we love you and we appreciate you. And Donald Trump is going to make the world strong again. He's going to make America safe again, and he's going to make America great again.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, man.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And break a leg tonight.